Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of the video, today's video is going to be all about weaning. How did we wean our baby? When did we wean our baby? And everything that we did, from what we got, what we did, what we cooked, how we approached to weaning. Everything is going to be in this video. If you still didn't subscribe, please do hit the notification bell down below. If you're into cleaning, organizing, decluttering, hauls and baby videos, this is the right channel for you. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So sorry if the lighting is not the best, but I don't have my lights on today. We're filming in daylight, so that's why. So I wrote everything here on my journal of how we did weaning, and I'm gonna start. So just to kind of start, I'm gonna tell you backstory. So I don't know much about weaning. In my country, in Italy, when you bring your baby to the pediatrician, baby doctor, they will tell you step by step how to wean your baby and what to do. In Ireland, no. So little things that I knew about weaning were from my sister, my mom. I looked a lot of videos. I looked online so many things. I made a little folder on Instagram and TikTok, and I saved a lot of recipes, and I bought a few books. And then when over the summer I went to Italy, I brought my baby to the baby doctor, because in Italy it works different. You don't bring your baby to the GP but to a baby doctor until they're like 13, 14, and they do everything for you. So I brought them over there just because I needed to do like a full checkup, and I asked him about weaning. So he told me how to start weaning. So in Italy it's quite different. I know over here you basically give foods kind of like are very easy to chew. A lot of people do baby-led weaning. In Italy, how we do it is we make homemade stock, veg broth, and we have all little pots of like meats and veg, and we use baby pasta, which is this one here, and that's how we wean the babies. Basically, we always give them pasta and stuff like that. So I'm gonna tell you how everything. So when I went to Italy, my baby was 5 months old, and the baby doctor told me he was so ready to wean. I thought I had to wait around 6 months, but he was like, no, you need to wean him now because he's so big, blah 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 blah. So that was middle of August. We came back to Ireland, and I didn't really want to start giving him baby pasta because the week after we went to Mallorca, so that would have been very hard to do in Mallorca. So how we started was we were giving him fruits and veg. So that week when we came back to Italy, by the way, I'm going to insert clips of me showing how I feed the baby and of me showing how I make baby food, so you can save this video and make it at home. So I make all the baby food myself. So I make all the little pots of like chicken, of fish, of beef. The only thing I buy is the rabbit meat, because in Italy we give loads of rabbit meat. I'm going to put a picture into pasta for babies. It's basically like chicken in Ireland. In Italy you can buy all these little pots. In Ireland as well, but they're a bit different. So I usually make them once a week at home. I make a huge batch and I freeze them. So how I buy this little meat, the rabbit one, and the pasta, either my mother-in-law sends me a box, or I buy it on this website here, which sells all Italian stuff. It will usually get here to my house in like 5 days, and I get all this stuff that I need for him, which is a bit harder to find. And the rest of the things, so the veg stock, all the little pots, all the little veggies, I make them. The only thing I buy is the baby pasta and fruits. So the first thing I bought, because I'm going to make another video as well, which is going to be baby essential items for weaning. But I remember I wanted to buy a baby food prep, and I bought this one here. A lot of people use a steamer, steam the veg, and then they blend them with a blender, but I thought of just buying a baby food prep. There's loads on Amazon. They're so expensive. I remember Lidl was doing a baby week, and this Tommy Tippy here that I bought usually is around 120 euro. I paid it 90 euro. It's so good. It basically steams your baby food and it blends it. I'm going to insert videos. So the only thing I buy is fruit pouches. Sometimes I make fruit pouches as well if I have a lot of fruit at home, but I already make meat and all this kind of stuff, so I wouldn't really be, you know. So I start giving him fruit. So what I've done, I every day for those weeks, I wrote on my phone what I did give him, just to see how he reacted. I wrote on my notes a big list if he ate them all, just to kind of like to keep track. Like, I think it's very nice as well, because next time I will remember what I've done. So we started on the 23rd of August, and the first thing I ever gave him was apple, and then I wrote that he ate it all. Now, side note, we never had problems with the spoon. Like, our baby loves food. He eats everything. He wants to try everything, and there's nothing he doesn't like. But I know a lot of people have issues, so obviously it can be a bit harder. And then the next day I gave him apple again. He ate it all. Then on the 25th of August I gave him pear, and he actually ate 2 packets. And then give him pear again, and then 27th of August banana, 28th of August carrot, 29th of August sweet corn. I actually wrote absolutely love sweet corn. Sweet corn again. 31st of August sweet potato. 14th of September I gave him strawberry and apple, and I started like introducing things that sometimes can give like reactions, so like strawberries. 3rd of October I gave him egg, so again that's another allergen. So I kind of wrote things just to see what did I introduce, did he like it. I mainly wrote this on my phone to remember next time when I'll have another baby. So we gave him fruits, and then we knew that we were going to Mallorca, so it would have been hard to cook. So I brought a lot of fruit pouches, because usually what happened was that he would basically drink 6 times a day milk before weaning. Then we introduced fruit at lunchtime, and at breakfast we introduced porridge. So there's loads of porridge that you can start from 4 months upwards. So at the start we used this one for 4 months, then we swapped to the one for 6 months, which has more ingredients. So when we went on holidays, I brought a lot of fruit pouches in my suitcase, and porridge bag that you can mix with water. So when we would go for breakfast in the hotel, I would give him porridge, and then when we were down at the pool or at the beach around lunchtime, I would give him the fruit pouches. When we came back from Mallorca, and that was the first week of September, I started with proper food, which is like baby pasta and all this kind of stuff. So again, every day I introduce a different thing. So one day I made baby pasta with chicken and veg. I did, because my baby doctor told me to do white meats first for like a week or 2, and then introduce red meats, and then fish. So I did for like a week or 2 white meats, so like rabbit, turkey, chicken, because obviously again we're Italians, we eat a lot of rabbit. I know it's not done here, but it's done so much in Italy. Then I introduced red meat, so I made baby pasta with beef, and then I introduced fish, so baby pasta with fish. All these pots that I'm going to show in the video, they're all mixed pots, everything that you can swallow and you don't have to chew, because when we start weaning he had no teeth. His first 2 came at 6 months, second 2 at 7 months, and his third 2 is coming out now. So he had no teeth, even though their gums are very good to chew. I would make all mixed things, so blended, no lumps. Obviously the baby pasta you kind of have to. And yeah, then I started introducing different things. So eggs, I first introduced the egg yolk, then I introduced the whole egg. A lot of things I introduce every day. I was never scared. I just wanted to see. The only thing I think I still have to introduce are like nuts, so like peanut butter, I think, something else as well, and I will introduce that. And then if you go on this website, you can size up the pasta. So I started getting bigger types of pasta. Now he will eat bigger things. So for example, sometimes I'll give him a boiled egg and I'll cut it and he'll chew it. Some pieces of bread. So this is what I've done. I give him baby pasta every day. We're Italians, we eat pasta every day, but a lot of people give other things. A lot of people do baby-led weaning. I'm giving him chunks as well, but not big things, just because we're used to give pasta. It's just our culture. So there's different size, and once he will go up in months, you kind of get the bigger size. The other day, for example, I didn't give pasta. I cooked sea bass for us, and I broke the sea bass all in little pieces, and he took it with his hand and he chewed the sea bass. Kind of like to change and not give pasta every day, because it's a bit boring, even though his pasta would change every day. I would make so many different types of pots. I make chicken and veg, beef and veg, cod and veg, spinach, pumpkin. I give him lentils as well. So one day I wanted to introduce lentils. So when you introduce things like lentils, chickpeas, you have to make sure that they have no skin. So in dunce, I bought the split lentils, which are basically like, they have no skin because the skin is very hard to digest. So I made baby pasta with lentils, so good for the iron. They really need a lot of iron. So I always kind of like change things. The other day I introduced Italian ragu, which is basically like the tomato sauce that we make pasta. He loved it. I never have problems with him, even though sometimes you can see maybe he's not in love with something like he would be with something else. He still eats all. Now, this is not the same. Some babies will not eat something and they will just leave it. Totally normal. I think he just loves food. This is how we basically started. I'm going to show you in the next clips how I make food. So obviously, because I'm not, you know, I work and I'm very busy, I can't make food every day. So what I do once a week, I make batch food. So I will make around 2 liters of veg stock. So in my veg stock, I will put 2 liters of water. Now with water, we have filtered water in this house. It's like a particular thing underneath your sink, but don't use tap water, it's too strong. So if you don't have filtered water, just buy bottled water. I still use bottled water for his milk at night time, but everything else I make it with my filter water. So 2 liters of water, and then I will put veg to make veg stock. So I'll cook it for like 1 hour, 2 hours. I usually put like celery, carrots, potatoes, pumpkin, now that there's a lot of pumpkin, so like butternut, squash, and then that would be my stock where I will cook the pasta. Later on, I will probably cook the pasta in water, but now it's good to cook it in the stock because there's a lot of nutrients. Obviously, when you boil veg, and that's why you steam them, you will lose all the nutrients. But because I feel sorry of throwing out the veg from the broth, I will make all like veg stock cubes and I will use them in the pasta to give more flavor. And then with my baby food prep, I will steam the meat and veg, and then I will blend them, I will put them into pots, and I will put them in the freezer, and that will last me for like 1 week, 2 weeks. And then nighttime, I defrost a little pot, I put it in the fridge, next day it's ready. So I don't have to cook every day, I just have to heat it up, cook the pasta. Baby pasta will cook in 4 minutes, that's it. While the turkey is cooking, I'm removing these, sorry, this is for the candle. I'm removing the stock that I've done last night, and I'm going to put them in these bags. So I need to wash these and put all my baby food, and we're going to put them in the freezer. I'm going to show you the one that I made last week. So in here I have the little like pods that I made out of the broth, like the stock. This is all my stock here. Stock for now, and I will do like chicken stock maybe when he's around like 7, 8 months maybe. So, and these are all my little like food containers. So, sorry, they are in my laundry room and the tumbler dryer. So these are all my foodie pots. This is the chicken and veg. I bought these on Amazon, and I'm gonna use like half for every meal, so one of these lasts me for 2 days. And so we have like a lot of days here. A lot of days I have to double cook. I have to cook pasta twice, like 2 portions, but I will have to cook 2 portions of pasta because I bring my baby to my parents when I work, so I bring his pasta there in a thermos. Again, I will make a baby weaning essentials in another video. So, and this is what I make. Sometimes if I have time, I will make some fruit pouches with fruit, but I buy most of my fruit pouches. But that's what I make: the veg broth, like the stock, little stock cubes, and the pots of meat or veg like spinach. I can steam spinach and blend them, put them into pots. That will last for months in your freezer. You don't really need a food prep. Like if you have a steamer, again, never boil your veg because it will lose all the nutrients. But if you get a little steamer thing to put on your pot and a hand blender, you can do that way. I bought the baby food prep just because it was easier. Like you can put a timer, all this kind of stuff. So this is what I make once a week. Obviously, before I started weaning, I bought a lot of things. A little cup, spoons I only use for him, like a plate, like a lot of things like the little ice poppy things that they put in their mouth, and you can put like fruits in it. So obviously I did some research, books, and you need some sort of like, you know, I bought a high chair for my parents' house. What else did I buy? Like a thermos, because obviously he eats most of his dinners at my parents' house because I work, so I have to bring food there. So again, if you have some money, I would highly invest in a baby food prep. There's some expensive ones out there and I was like, nah, because you know, when he's gonna be one, he's gonna eat the same food as us. But this one was on baby week, so again, don't rush. Aldi and Lidl do a lot of baby weeks where they put all these things. Again, this is from Tommy Tippy. It's so good. So again, I introduced the fruit at lunch and the porridge at breakfast, and then when we came back from the holidays in September, I introduced a proper lunch that wasn't fruit, so like baby pasta, fish, meat, and then I introduced a snack as well. So I'm going to tell you what he eats, because Carlo wakes up very late, 9, half 9, 10. Obviously, most of the babies, they wake up at half 6, 7. So I would say give him milk. Obviously, always keep the morning milk bottle and the night milk bottle. I will give him milk, and then after like 1 hour, I give him porridge. He loves porridge, any type of porridge. I'm going to insert you a few pictures here. I'm going to show you anyways a video of us doing it because you can see it, so don't worry. So sometimes he eats normal porridge, sometimes he eats apple porridge. He loves porridge. It's so easy. You boil some water, put the powder, it's done. So that was so easy when I went on holidays. And then around 1 o'clock, he will have his lunch. So every day we change. Sometimes it can be baby pasta with chicken, baby pasta with beef, baby pasta with veg, baby pasta with lentils. And I always give him a fruit pouch. So he loves everything: banana, prunes, mangoes, apple, pears, anything. That would be his lunch. Then he'll go for a nap, and when he wakes up around half 4, 5, he will have his snack. So at the start, I introduce a lot of yogurts. Again, all these fruit pouches yogurts will be in the baby section. So baby yogurts, obviously not adult yogurts, because I think the milk will be lighter, obviously easier to digest. So I introduce yogurts. You can introduce them from 6 months. So in Ireland, babies, you can buy strawberry, berry and mango yogurts, and I introduced them 1.5. Most babies will eat just one, but because he's so hungry, 1.5. But we saw that yogurts every day, obviously they were making a bit like his stomach a bit upset, so I will give him yogurt twice a week. I will give him baby rice. They sell I'm going to insert pictures, pouches of like blueberry and apple baby rice, pear and peaches baby rice, and like a fruit. So I will give him like a baby rice pouch and like an apple pouch. They sell some like apple and apple custard pots or pear oats, all these type of things. Tesco, Super Value, Dunnes, they're already made. You just open them, give them to your baby. That will be his snack. And then sometimes I introduce things that, because I kind of like, I'm going to show you in the next clips, I do half and half. So sometimes I feed him, sometimes I will give a spoon and he feeds himself. It just depends how much time I have. Like if I'm in a rush, I just feed him because I'm faster. But he loves to feed himself. He always tries to get the spoon, I think because he sees us. But to learn to feed himself, I did some things before. So first thing was I bought these little ice poppies. I put some yogurt, some fruit. I will put them in the freezer. I hand it over to him and he will eat it himself. So good for self-feeding, for his gums, because they're cold. Another thing I bought that he absolutely loves are these baby crisps. They're from Ella's Kitchen, Ella's Baby. They're baby crisps, so no sugar, no salt, super like organic and good for babies. They do so many flavors like tomato and basil, leek and tomato, banana, and I give him the crisp. He loves crisps. I have to bring them everywhere. I give him the crisp and he eats them himself. So self-feeding. I bought a lot of little spoons for him to like get, because obviously the bigger spoons that I use are too big for him to grab. So I bought little sizes where he can get them and feed himself. A self-feeding cup, which they don't spill if you turn them around, but he will have to grab it, hand it, and then drink himself. So he learns how to drink himself. I don't like, obviously everyone is different, but I don't like feeding my baby until he's old. Like he needs to learn to feed himself. That's it. And he loves that. He loves the self-feeding part. Obviously it's very messy, so a lot of bibs. When he goes to my parents' house, I think my parents always feed him because obviously it's night and then he will be tired and stuff like that. But when he's here, obviously I kind of like try to do all these things because I have more time. So self-feeding, I started the self-feeding thing since day one. Crisps, spoons in his hand, the water. I don't care if he gets dirty, just he needs to learn that I'm not going to feed him forever. He needs to learn to feed himself. So for me, that was vital. That's very good. He loves self-feeding too much. Like, he would love to self-feed himself every time, but obviously sometimes I feed him. Let's say if we go out to a restaurant, because I don't want him to get all dirty and stuff like that. That's another thing. You can buy so many things. Thermos. We go out every week when we're off to Dublin, different things. We just bring his food with us and no hassle. Like yesterday I went shopping with him. I brought his snack, like a little plate. I sat down at a coffee shop, I give him a snack, give him some crisps, continued to go shopping. So don't feel that if you will start weaning you can't do anything. You just bring stuff with you. And sometimes if I'll be out for so many hours, I have some ready. I always give him homemade food, but if I know I'm going to be in Dublin all day, sometimes I bring some ready made pots, like, you know, the ones from Heinz or Hip. I don't know, like pasta with veg, risotto with veg, you know, they're already made. You just need to open them and give them to him if obviously I can't cook. So I have a few of them in my kitchen just if I'm going to be out all day. So and I feel like they have to get used to this as well, eating outside. I feel it's just a fact of organization. So what was I saying? Yeah, so we started with lunch. My baby doctor in Italy said to me, do lunch for a month. After a month, he will introduce dinner as well. I introduced dinner after 3 weeks because he just loves to eat. So at this point, we had milk and porridge for breakfast. If your baby wakes up very early, maybe you can do other things as well, like pancakes, I don't know. But because he wakes up so late, after 2 hours, he will have lunch. So we do, yes, milk and porridge for breakfast, 1 o'clock lunch, so baby pasta with all this stuff, and a fruit. He goes for a nap, he will have his snack, so fruit or yogurts. 7:30, 8. At my mum's house, he will usually have dinner at 7 because he's always so tired. But here, he will have lunch or dinner around 7:30 or 8. Baby pasta again, with something different. So if I give him chicken at lunch, I will give him beef. And then he will fall asleep right after dinner. He's usually wrecked, but I like to wake him up before I bring him upstairs and give him some milk. Reason why, I just feel sorry because I know he wakes up like late. I feel like kids that wake up like at 6, it's okay, but because he wakes up like at 10, 9:30, 9, I feel like, you know, from 7 o'clock that he has dinner is too much. So I give him some milk again. He doesn't really love milk at night time, but I try to. Sometimes he'll just go to bed and he has no milk, maybe when he's too wrecked. So this will be around 9:30, 10, and then I'll bring him upstairs 10, 10:30, he will sleep all night. He never woke up, even though he's a very hungry baby, never woke up for hunger. So with the milk, before we were just giving him milk. Now we give this thing as well, which is like a biscuit that it's like crumbs, which is blended, and you get a little spoon, put in your milk, and it will give like a flavor of biscuit in the milk, will make them full. You can even buy some baby biscuits and just put them in the milk, but this is what this is. I still buy it on that Italian website. So it's biscuit crumbs that you just mix with milk. That used to trend so much in Italy when I was a baby, and it still does. That's what we give to babies before bed, just for the milk to be a bit more full, give it a bit of flavour, and he loves to go to bed, sleep all night, again 9, 9:30, 10, wake up, story starts again. So this is what he eats. Now he only has milk in the morning, at night time, sometimes nights, because he always leaves it. He has food all day. That was for easy for us. I know some people will have problems with introducing solids. Some babies always want milk and they don't want to have solids. We were blessed. Since he started food, he just loves food. Like the other day we were at my parents' house, my mum handed over to him Italian bread, the sourdough, and he just loved it. Like he was so long eating this bread. Again, when I'm not home or when I go to work, I will cook. When I'm cooking pasta at lunchtime, I will cook 2 portions, 1 portion for lunch and the other portion I will put in this thermos. I was blessed with another thing because my baby loves to eat cold. So my mom will always heat his food, but if you give him to him cold, frozen, he loves it. So he doesn't have to heat hot, which is so good because when we go out, we don't have to heat up his pasta, or he doesn't cry if it's not hot. I actually noticed that when food is hot, he gets a bit annoyed. I don't know why, which is such a good thing for us, but I don't know why. So I cooked the double portion, put it in this thermos, and then I prepare his bag because 4 or 5 days a week he goes to my parents' house, so he has his snacks and dinners there. He will only be here a few days a week. So I prepare his bag where I will put some crisps when he's over there at my mum, his dinner, I will put his snacks, so like 2 yogurts, and obviously his little cup of water. I pack that bag every day, it's there because he's not going there today, and he will just eat it there. I will put 2 spoons, one for the snack, one for the dinner, and I'll do the same when we're off and we go to Dublin. I'll do the same now that we're planning a holiday. It's so easy to do when you're out, like, you know, and it will be easier because obviously now he's eating bigger chunks, so we can go to a restaurant and give him bigger chunks. I don't really give him, you know, I give him healthy things that I make myself. I don't like to give him fried things. There's time for that stuff. Nothing heavy for his stomach. I actually made pasta one day with asparagus because I saw a baby recipe online and that upset his stomach. So they have such a delicate stomach, so they're not like us, so no batter stuff, no chips, no. When they're older is different, but when they're weaning, it has to be very delicate stuff. Let them try everything, even to see what they like, what they don't like. And even if you're scared of allergens, it's scary, but at least you'll know that they're allergic to a certain thing. So yes, I bought this book on Amazon and that helped me loads to give me tips what to do if they don't like food. If you're scared, you don't need to do baby-led weaning. If you don't feel safe for chunks, like I introduce some chunks, then keep giving blended food until you're ready. If you don't want to introduce allergens like eggs, don't, even though it's safer to introduce them when they're babies and not older. Obviously when I introduced things like eggs, I kept an eye on him all day that he wasn't gonna have any allergic reaction. He absolutely love eggs. Let them try everything, let them touch everything. If they're gonna see that you're anxious, that you're constantly cleaning them and stuff like that. I hate when he eats because he's always so dirty. I will always clean him after, but while he's eating, I just leave him alone because he needs to play with things, textures, smell, taste it. So it's all new for him. So, and yes, I let him play with the spoons, I let him play with the plate. He kind of like self-feeds himself. So I want to tell you what I've used, but I want to make another video. Sorry, someone is in front of my house, but I want to make another video for that, so that will be next video. But this is what we've done, and I hope the clips that I've inserted, that I'm going to insert, helped you to show. And yes guys, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.